can tell me what to do, then you can tell me what to do. But if you can't tell me what to do, you can't tell me what to do.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Definition of a Woman.
There's levels to this shit.
We are your hosts. I'm Nadia.
Michelle.
Danielle.
So, girls, how have you been? I feel like it's been forever.
I feel so awkward. I'm like, hey, girl.
What you been up to?
Nothing much. Same old. Just got back from up in Maryland.
Okay, how was that?
It was nice visiting my niece.
Visiting my niece.
You got some new piercings.
Some new piercings. I'm coming out,
It's
getting back to
time.
my old self. I feel like it.
It's time. I'm happy. I'm proud of you.
Are you?
I
You
am.
know what? When I was looking... When I was looking at myself today after, getting out the shower, I was like, you know what? I feel so much better.
That's good.
And I knew
better.
you guys would be proud of me.
So
We
proud.
are. We are.
It's been a long road. What's been going on with y'all?
Nadia?
Oh,
I don't know.
No, all is well on my end. The complicated status in my life is just, still complicated. But nevertheless, all is well on my end. Just got back. We went to Florida for a couple of days. Stayed in a nice place. I forgot how many bedrooms, but it was super nice. We had a good time and did a little shopping. Y'all know that's my jam.
I love it.
So had a good time. But what about you, Michelle?
Living life. Went to Cancun.
You sure did.
How was it?
It was so much fun. It was Did I tell you I got stopped by the drug dogs?
No.
Y'all.
Where?
In Baltimore. They tried to keep me from getting on my flight. They said, ma'am, come this way.
Oh my God! How did you react?
I was nervous.
Yeah,
I was nervous. I was like, oh my God, am I going to miss my flight? Because this was going. The drug dog told me to step to the side, and they wiped all my stuff down, tested it. They asked me had I been to a gun range? Was I in the military? I was like,
girl,
first
what
of all,
you
some of
been
these
searching
questions-
on the internet lately, Nick?
Right.
I was like, okay, but they let me through. Okay.
Okay.
I got
The good Lord came through.
That's
Okay.
what's important. That's what's important. And it was my first time out of the country, so I was a little nervous, and I was by myself. So
Oh, that's right.
yeah, but it was so much fun.
Any activities?
You know what I did a hydrotherapy thing, which was an interesting experience.
Okay.
I felt it wasn't a relaxation type thing. It was more of like a revitalize your skin type situation.
I think I did that today.
Did you?
I did. Did you go inside the tube thing and they closed you in?
Oh, that's
No.
the cryotherapy.
That's the cryotherapy.
No. It was it was still considered as like
A hydrotherapy thing. This one's a lot of hot and cold. So we went to this steam room, and then they take you out the steam room and they put you in a freezing cold rain shower. You come out the rain shower, then you go in the sauna. Then you come out the sauna, and then you go in the ice room, and they give you ice to rub all over your body. It's a lot of hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold.
I wouldn't have made it.
So, so that was fun. The food was delicious. Anytime I travel for the food. Food was delicious.
Oh, honey, I'm all for a meal. All.
Ate it.
Get the last
All
one.
of it. It was so good. I did a tequila tasting.
that's
my body
good.
She don't do
can't.
tequila,
No, my
but
body can't handle that.
You would have been able to do it.
At all.
You would have.
Couldn't
I
have.
promise.
Promise you I couldn't.
We're going to go and you're going to do it.
That's fine, but I probably won't.
You will.
All right.
But that was fun. So I'm glad I went. I can't wait to go back. I thought about taking the kids next year.
That'll be a good trip.
So-
And as a matter of fact, I want to take the kids, so we'll just go together.
Oh, that'll be fun.
You're going to. Don't
Okay.
worry.
Yeah.
All right.
Get right in past
I don't know. I don't really eat the food, but
You don't eat the food? I was scared about the water. I accidentally brushed my teeth.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, because I had been using a bottle of water to brush my teeth because Sex in the City
Yeah.
got me nervous about the
Right.
water. And I was like, and I was like,
Is that the sound you made?
Yes.
did you have any
I didn't. But
Okay.
also that was the only time I dibbled and dabbled with the water.
Mm-hmm.
So
Most of the time on the resorts and stuff, it's a lot.
you never know.
No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not testing the waters. I'm just letting you know.
You never know.
I think that's so amazing though, Michelle. You got to go on a wonderful trip by yourself.
By yourself.
I mean, that's amazing.
I know. Shout out to my husband holding down the fort.
All right.
While I
That's
was
right.
gone. I
Come out.
appreciate
He's
you.
a good man.
That's a good man, Savannah. That's a good man.
He'll appreciate that. Well, good. I'm glad we all caught up.
Yeah.
I'm super excited about today's discussion, episode, whatever you want to call it.
Me too.
I know, right? So we talk about this all the time and we hear it all the time. But so what we want to talk about today is the rise in women proposing to men. What the fuck is that about? Right?
I don't know.
What is it about?
What is it? What is it about?
Look.
So, right, take a big gulp for that.
Sips tea.
Or is it? But so the good thing about this topic is, it is happening a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we look on our social media, whether it's IG, Facebook, whatever the case is, you see a lot of women proposing to men. Now, while it may not necessarily be my forte, but it is happening an awful lot. So we kind of just wanted to just chime in and talk about the subject. So,
And like, no judgment here. Like,
At
if
all.
you've done that or you know somebody who did it, shout out to them. Like, that's great.
right.
Whatever,
You're saying
float your boat or whatever.
that's great.
To each their own, my mom
At
always says.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Things have changed. We all
Things
know
have
that life
changed.
is going in different directions for some, not for all.
Yes.
But
And
so we
some
just
would
want
say it is a part of the whole women empowerment thing. Like, why is it,
Yeah.
the men got to...
yeah. So
I think we're all pretty much on the same page.
I'm pretty sure we are.
Although, yeah,
We're gonna get
we'll
into it.
yeah, okay.
Well, we're gonna dig into the definition first of proposal. So
Let's do
let's
it.
see what we got.
I think I got the okay.
Danny, the Webster. Danny's gonna
I
cover
think
the
I
Webster.
got the Webster.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have two. We have proposal, noun. A plan or suggestion, especially a formal or written one, put forward for consideration or discussion by others. The sentence is a set of proposals for a major new high-speed rail link. The second definition we have is the one we are speaking about today, which is an offer of marriage. Surely a woman as beautiful as you has had proposals.
Surely.
Surely.
I
you have.
assure you.
I know you all have.
A couple times.
Right.
Okay. Over here with the complicated relationship status and her
Right.
multiple proposals.
Exactly.
Okay. So the Urban Dictionary definition says a potentially awkward moment where a guy generally gets on one knee, pulls out a ring, and says, "Will you marry me?" Then he waits desperately for an answer.
They're so
They
dramatic.
are so
I can't.
dramatic. And the sentence here is, whoa, that guy is totally proposing to that girl in the middle of the freeway during rush hour traffic.
Really?
Just telling you what the people say.
Right. That's
Another
what the
example,
people
I
say.
can't.
I am so done. Okay, so now that we know like the definition of proposal, which I'm sure we all knew.
Right.
So I ended up pulling like some data, right?
Oh, good. I'm interested.
Yeah,
in hearing
and it was
Facts.
very. I got facts, y'all. I got
Yes.
nothing but the facts.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready.
So I'm gonna just read a bit. It was quite a length of information provided, right? It goes into like different states on the states where more women are proposing to men, and I know, right? Interesting. So it says, in 2010, only 5% of women said that they had proposed. But in 2019, that data showed that it reached to 16%. Now, it seems like a small number, but
Right.
and maybe because they're showcasing it so much now on social media, it seems like so much more. But like that's not our norm, right?
Right.
So it looks more. So they did a survey. I love a good survey, right? So they did a survey where 10,000 people were quizzed across the country. And 57% of women declared they would be willing to do it. However, 67% women said
That's a
that
lot.
that's a lot. Now, we are only talking about a group
That's
of
what I'm
10,000.
saying,
Yeah.
Right.
But still, just to think
Out of
about
that 10,000.
out of that 10,000, how
Yeah.
many? Just
Majority
imagine
of them.
a
It's over half
larger
of them.
survey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 76% of men think women should.
76?
Girl, that blew my mind. Because,
It don't surprise me in this day and age with these men that are coming out. I can't.
So
The baby.
pessimistic over there.
You said it, so what?
Bye.
I didn't hear it.
That's something we need to talk about.
Okay. So they had it's like a listing of like states where most men are willing to be proposed to, right? So overall, 60%, we'll just say, or 61% of men reported that they will be thrilled to have a woman propose to them.
Not thrilled?
Thrilled, not just, it's cool, thrilled.
A
Meaning
woman
they're excited.
or like a woman they're in a relationship with. Like, is it egoic? Is it really like,
I feel like it could potentially be like all for ego. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, just imagine, I don't know, I don't feel like most men just want a girl bearing down on a knee. And saying, hey,
the data says.
The data is the data.
The data, that's interesting. I don't think I would have thought that many men would be
into it.
Yeah.
But come to find out, they are.
I really want the men that listen to this to leave their comments because
Please.
I would love to hear. Maybe we can circle back to this conversation.
And tell you what our audience thinks about women proposing.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, that will be interesting. It also states that the states with the most men not willing to be proposed to.
Yes.
Yeah.
I need to move there.
Right. So, like, literally, it's like, it tells you, like, how many states or what's the highest state that don't want a female to propose to them. And I think it was, like, Rhode Island or something like that. Like, right. Some small. But I can see that. Think about it. It's a smaller space. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's probably more like...
The ratio. Right. Exactly.
So, you know, I'm just saying.
Like DC.
Or...
Ratio off.
Not racial off. So it says, it was a couple of questions posed. It says, if you were proposed to by a girlfriend, how would you want her to do it? Like, all of this was in the survey. This is so neat. 5% of men said in public, like at a sports game, I'm not wooing you. Relax.
Please.
You want me to woo you? I'm not okay with it.
You want me to woo you?
You want me to woo you? I need you to woo me. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's something that I feel like a female, like...
He says you've been wooed.
Not at all, boo-boo. And then 94%, or you might as well say 95%, says in private, like over dinner.
Okay.
Don't say okay, because I don't like that. Then the next question... If you were proposed to by a girlfriend, do you think she should get down on one knee?
I know they lying.
Honey,
What did they say?
Okay, so 52% says she can, but that might make me feel weird.
Right. That should make you feel weird.
Right. Like, what are you thinking about this? 22% says, absolutely, I want to be courted. This is men saying that they want to be courted.
Okay.
Okay.
Much is going through my head.
I want you to be able to respond.
Yeah.
And then 26% says, I'd rather she didn't. Meaning they want them to, these are still people that want them to respond. I mean, want them to propose.
Yeah. But they don't want them to get down on
don't take it too far.
Right.
You can ask me, but whoa.
Yeah.
Stay up. Don't take it too far.
Right. So what are y'all thinking about the questions so far? I mean, it's a couple of more questions on there, but like, what are your thoughts?
It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's a lot I want to say, but I know we're going to get into it, so I want to let you finish.
Okay, all right. So the next question. If you were proposed to by a girlfriend, would you want it to be a surprise? 53% says yes, as long as we had previously discussed marriage. 14% says no, I'd rather know it was coming even if we had previously discussed marriage. And 33% says yes, I love surprises. Surprise. Now the next question. If you were proposed to by a girlfriend, do you think you would feel as though she is pushing you into an engagement?
That's a good question.
17% says yes, I'd rather know it was coming even if we had previously discussed marriage. 20% says no, I love surprises. And 62% says no, as long as we had previously discussed marriage. Next question. If you were proposed to by a girlfriend, do you think she should get you a ring? Now, this is interesting. Just an FYI, because in some of the stuff that I saw, they want a woman to propose, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a ring. It could be a watch. It could be right.
Of course it don't.
Of course not. Of course you want not the ring.
Not
you don't
the
care
ring.
about the
Takes
ring.
away
Please propose
to
to
me,
me, but don't
from what it's
give me a
supposed
ring.
to
Exactly. Don't give me a ring. So 61% says she can, but it's not necessary.
Of course it's not.
Of course. Not shocking. 14% says no, and 25% says of course.
You say, run me my bling.
Run me. Give it to me. Don't play around with me. If you're going to do it right.
Get on your knees.
And do it right.
And give me a ring.
Open that box.
Woo me.
Woo me to the fullest. I ain't playing these games with you. So then I think this is the last question. Let me see. If you were proposed to by a girlfriend, would you then buy her an engagement ring? 53% says yes, it's tradition. 5% says no, she's the one who asked.
I ain't getting no ring.
Nah, hell no, I ain't getting no ring. She came to me with this.
Right.
It is what
The
it
home
is.
ring.
And then 42% says only if she wanted one. Oh, I got 2 more questions. If you were proposed to by a girlfriend, do you think you would feel less of a man? 28% says I would probably feel emasculated. And 72% says I don't think I would feel emasculated. I'm sure these are the dudes though that want to be wooed. So of course you're not gonna feel that way.
Right.
As you can see the trend.
Right.
And then the last question. If you were proposed to by a girlfriend, do you think you would feel like a big moment is being taken away from you?
That's a good question.
That was a good question. 45% says not at all.
Of course they not at all.
Not at all. Go ahead and do it. Go and do it.
Right. Save me the trouble.
Right. Save it, please. 19% says yes, definitely.
19? Mm-hmm. Right.
And 36% says a little bit. I wouldn't mind, but I would still wish I could have done it. So, yeah, that's the stats and questions that was asked and posed in regards to it.
I would have loved to know the cultural breakdown of this survey.
Yes.
Agreed.
Because I think obviously a lot of our thoughts and opinions are going to be based on Black men. Okay?
Right. Oh, absolutely.
So, I would be interested to know what that cultural. I don't know. There's still a lot of men regardless.
That is a lot of men. Because even if you think about it, if doing a survey, even though 10,000 is a small number on the grand scheme of things, but still large enough for it to be like
a good data set.
A good data set. Like, we're not talking about 500 out of a topic. So it's like, it is very odd. And I would love to know, like, backgrounds and you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like we always talk about this, like experiences lead us to make different choices and decisions, right? So it could rather be things that was seen, that they dealt with, that, they grew up with, upbringing, or just, like you said, women empowerment, where they feel like, I'm going to just go ahead and do X, Y, and Z. But what are your thoughts on it? Like, genuinely, what are your thoughts on it?
Michelle.
I would, girl. No, I'm not proposing to a man.
No?
Absolutely not.
Now that you're not, what would be your reasons on why
I just feel like, I don't know, part of it is probably very deep rooted in tradition.
Okay.
Correct.
And very much deep rooted in societal expectations. So I feel like if I would have proposed to a man, he wasn't ready. I feel like when he's ready, he'll propose to me. And I would also feel like, did you say yes just not to hurt my feelings?
Right.
Did you just say, you know what I mean? Like, would you have just said, and now I don't know.
Right.
You know, that's
No,
how
no, I
I would feel, that you know, that you weren't ready. You didn't want to hurt my feelings, and so you said yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it couldn't be me. And
Not gonna slide that in.
Right.
it couldn't be me. I think for me, I would feel like that I'm demasculating him a little bit, and I'm a little bit I don't want to say aggressive, because people always say aggressive about black women, and
I don't like that term.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like that, but
Passionate.
I wouldn't want to feel like that I am trying to take it away from him. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
get it.
Mm-mm.
I get that.
Mm-mm. You know, shout out to all the girls that do propose to their men.
Right. We gotta put it out there
Wouldn't let that shit happen to me though.
Right. I mean, it is what it is. Like, what about you, Dan?
I mean, I agree. It's hard because I don't want to like offend anybody that has done it or, you know, considering it or anything like that, because, you know, you have to do whatever you feels right for you. And
Absolutely.
if you feel like, you know, you're in a relationship where this man loves you and, you know, you just, you know, I know some women who have been asked by men in the past and maybe they said no, they weren't ready. And so now they're ready and now they're going to ask him because, you know, they're ready now. And
So
they want to
same
take,
man?
Yeah, the same man.
Okay. So
Yeah,
so
so
here's the thing. That's
yeah.
something completely different.
Oh, that's
Right.
a good point.
Think about it. That's
Yeah.
something completely different. You asked me to marry you. I wasn't ready.
Exactly.
And now I'm ready. And now I'm saying, babe, do you want to continue?
you wanna marry me, baby?
Boom. Now
That's a good point.
I'm okay with that, but like if it's if that never happened,
That's not your story.
right? I am with Michelle. I that's just not me. It's never something I would do.
Yeah.
I'm just really, you know, into that tradition.
Right.
I just can't. What? What?
Would you propose to your man?
Sorry.
You would.
What I had asked Nadia was, Nadia, would you propose to your man?
Well, if you asking, no. No, I absolutely wouldn't. And just basic for the same reasons. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like every different strokes for different folks, or
Sure.
you know
Yeah.
what I mean? I don't take away from what somebody else want to do. I just like at the end of the day, I think, and this is just me. This is just my opinion. I always tell people, opinions don't necessarily make them facts.
Correct.
It's an opinion.
Right.
But for me, it's like so much is being taken away from like what's a man to do and what a woman should be able to do. You know what I'm saying? And what a woman should do and so on and so forth.
I feel like that could be a whole other show.
Yeah,
I'm so
100%.
passionate about that topic.
Yeah.
I really am.
But I'm like, you know, for me,
Yeah.
I want to be wooed.
Yes,
Like, if you know
I
anything
agree.
about me, you know Nadia needs to be wooed. She needs
Right.
that. It's mandatory.
It's required.
It is
Okay.
100% required for Nadia.
Yeah.
So it's like, because of that, like I couldn't even imagine like me trying to romance the man. You know what I'm saying? In that particular instance. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm okay with giving you a little something. Like I'm a romance you in different ways. You know what I mean? But hitting that knee ain't gonna be one of them. You know what I mean? Whatever.
I mean, I may get a lot of flack for this comment.
Here she goes.
But
Here she goes.
That's her way of letting you know something about to be said.
Self-awareness. Danielle.
Come on with it, boo.
but I feel like, you know, if we are taking away from men in so many ways, we're not allowing them to be men. Now, I know some people out there would be like, what's allowing a man to be a man? Like, they're going to ask that question.
But that will be another topic.
Right. We'll talk about that later. But
100%.
to me, which I
Yes.
can only speak about and for
Come on with it.
myself,
Come on
okay?
with
I feel like we're not allowing men and to be men anymore. We are taking away every single thing that makes a man a man. And you know, girl, what?
Go ahead.
Excuse me. And so I don't, you know, that's why we got so many men out here talking about, yes, please propose to me.
Right, propose.
Right, propose. I want a ring. I want to be wooed. Like,
Yeah.
what? Where is this coming from? Because we have taken away that power, that
agree.
thing that we loved about a man. You know,
let me tell you something. Give me a little hair
love
on the
me
chest.
a man,
Give
girl.
let me tell you, that pulls on my heart, right?
That masculinity. I love me a masculine man to
Exactly.
take charge. You know, like the song says, if you can tell me what to do, tell me what to do. But if you can't tell me what to do,
Then
you can't tell me what to do. Okay.
You can't do it. But it's the honest to God truth. I do feel like that, like we like you said, we take away from them.
Yes.
And then not only do we take away from them, we get upset when we take it away from them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like ultimately we all individually have to set the tone for our relationships, which will trolley into marriage, hopefully, you know what I mean? So when you do certain things, be aware that this is what I should be expecting going forward for certain situations. So when certain things don't happen, you can only be so upset. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could only be so mad. If I'm taking away, I don't want to necessarily say manhood, you know what I'm saying? But if I'm taking away certain things that a man does and then I complain about it later,
yeah.
Are you
opening the doors for other stuff?
Because I don't want to hear that thing creak. I don't need it. I don't need it creaking to crack open. You know what I mean?
And really quick, it doesn't take away from your power or as a woman.
Absolutely.
You know, that's actually a powerful woman that allows, and same vice versa, it's a powerful man that allows a strong woman in his life and is attracted to that, right? And the same way with a woman, we are still strong and powerful. We don't have to give that away, but we're allowing him to be him. And I think that's really important, and it's gotten lost in our society today.
And now let me say too, though, I just want to put it out there.
Let me say too.
Don't wait around for a man to propose to you.
Okay. That ain't what we saying.
Let's be clear. That's a very good point, Michelle.
That if you're ready to get married and the man hasn't proposed, you have to stay until he don't do that.
No.
Well, truth be told, those conversations should be had, right?
Yeah.
Those are conversations that will be had so you'll know where someone stands. So at the end of the day, if you guys are proactively having those conversations to know where one another stand and so on and so forth, and it appears y'all are on the same page, he knows you want to be married, and there's a hiccup in it for whatever reason, no one's saying stay. And we're definitely not saying propose, but you know what I mean? So just to be clear.
You still gotta do you.
Right.
I don't know if you watch reality TV like that, but did you watch Love and Hip Hop Love and Hip Hop when Chrissy and...
I sure did.
Okay. So first of all,
we sure did.
That's my favorite season.
That.
Love and Hip Hop seasons with Chrissy on it are I love Chrissy. Yeah. Love her. I love her. Love her. She proposed to Jim.
She did.
He did accept.
He did.
They still are not married.
They still aren't.
They still are not married. Now, later on, he did propose to her.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because he felt like, no. Like, I'm supposed to propose to you. Like, I love you. Thank you for that. My ring is nice, but I'm your man. I'm going to propose to you. And when they came on later seasons, it came out that he was ready to get married.
And she's not. I saw that.
And she's not. So that's interesting. I would love to know, if she felt some type of way. You know what I mean? Like, you made that decision to propose, and then you don't ever marry him? Right. Now, it was a lot of years before they came back on the show, so it's a lot of stuff that
a lot of stuff that
so I'm not saying,
so many
but it's
things,
just like, you have to think, just, you wonder, like, you wanted to marry this man, so, I don't want to say so bad, like a desperate thing, but you were like, oh my gosh, I'm in love,
this is who I want
to marry, and we're talking about 10 years later, and you want to be with him, but you don't want to marry him?
Exactly.
After you propose to him?
After you propose. If the proposal didn't happen, I could understand.
It's interesting.
Right.
I love Chrissy. I actually love them together. Like, I don't know nothing about their personal,
they just look like a good couple.
But I love, when he ran up on old buddy for coming at her, I was like, oh, Jim.
Okay. Right. All right.
If you have that, that's the type of stuff I like. So obviously we know that women are out in these streets proposing to men because they feel like that's what they want to do. So my question for you ladies is, we're not putting in judgment. I'm just wondering, maybe think about the mindset. What do you think the mindset is of a woman that decides to propose to her man? Nadia?
Oh.
Right. Not laugh.
So, no, I think, so, I always go back to people's experiences and previous, you know, life and, you know, whatever the case is. So I think that sometimes I'm not speaking on all women. It's like so many different women, so I can't even cover all reasons why I think. But I feel like sometimes a woman wants to have that lifestyle so desperately. You know what I'm saying? Not that like they have to have the man or have to, like, I'm not calling them desperate in that, but wanting the marriage life.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I think sometimes they do it knowing, because you typically know if you want to be with somebody or not.
Yeah,
it's not a
for sure.
secret. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think in their mind, they're like, I know I want to be with this man and I don't want to wait. And that's the only thing that I could genuinely think of, is that they don't want to wait, because why else do it? You know what I'm saying? Because in the end, if he wants to be with you, he will do it, right?
That's how
I mean,
feel.
that's my thought process.
Yeah.
So it's
Never know.
you never know, unless but here's the thing: these are conversations y'all have.
Right.
Yes.
Y'all,
Right.
I agree.
It's no way in the world you guys are not proactively having these conversations. Because
Right.
if you're one would only hope. One would only
Right.
hope. But that's my whole thing. So I don't know. I feel like it's so many different reasons. I don't know if it's, I don't know. I'll just pass the ball over to someone else, because
Danielle, we know you feel strong.
you extra strong about it.
Not
Right.
proposing. So what do you think goes on in the mind of a woman that proposes to her man?
No offense, desperation. That's how I feel. I feel like, you know, they are like, this is what I want. They are not even taking into consideration what it means to be married. Like, what that entails. Maybe
Yeah.
some of them are, maybe, you know, but in that case, I don't feel like you would have to ask. Then it would be the man asking like normal. But you are taking it into your hands, which makes me think that you are trying to manipulate a situation.
Yeah.
And in that case, I feel like there's some desperation there. There's this wanting to fit in. This is something that you want for your life without taking, you know, like I said, consideration for the actual union that's about to take place, everything that's about to take. Have you done your work on yourself? We talk about
Right.
self-awareness.
Yeah.
You know, what have you done for yourself to prepare yourself for this marriage and what it means to be married? I mean, that's why the divorce rate is so high, because people are just jumping into marriage just to be married.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Like,
That happens a
a
lot.
lot for so many different reasons that are not really the reason to be married, which is
Yeah.
because you are in love with somebody, right?
I mean, you would hope.
And people don't
Oh,
even
well.
know each other long enough to really know. They don't know themselves, and
That's
you
true.
know, they don't love themselves, let alone know them. Like, so there's just so many factors, I think.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't. It could
Get it out.
be me. I
No.
don't
What
want
do
to
you
be.
think?
I don't want to be offensive. I don't want to be offensive, because I think, like we've all said, you have to do what's best for
Right.
you and your relationship.
Correct.
And Nadia said it a bunch of times, and I think we all agree.
Right.
Like, communication is key. You know
Totally.
if your man is going to be open to.
Right.
You know what I mean? You propose. Like, what happens if you propose to your man and he be like, nah.
Nah.
Right.
And he's only saying no because he wants to propose to you.
Right.
If I propose to him and he tell me no, I'm
yeah.
assuming you don't want to be with me.
Right.
Assume.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And so that could be, you know what I mean? So it's all about communication. I think sometimes maybe women are trying to put their best foot forward. Like, maybe we've had these conversations about
Yeah.
marriage, and we've had them at length, and we know we want to be together, and we know we want to marry each other. And if he hasn't proposed yet, maybe she's like, I
like
wonder, you know, why he ain't proposed
Right.
yet?
Does he
You know
want
what
me
I'm
to
saying?
do it, or
Does he want me to do it?
I know you don't want me to do it.
He might want you to do it. You know? And so maybe they're just like, I'm gonna go ahead and do it because we've already talked about it. You know,
Right.
we want to be married. We said that we want to be together. So why can't I do it? You know, girl, get your man, okay?
Okay.
If you want to propose to your man and you don't feel like, you know, it's going to do any damage to the relationship, because sometimes a man might feel
Yeah.
You know, demasculated by
course.
being. Not every man. We heard
We heard
the data.
The data is the data.
There's men that want you down on one knee.
They want that knee. They want that knee bone right on the ground. They want
you-
it.
You know, so
They probably want some other stuff too.
Well, they always want you on your knees, but that's
That's a different topic.
topic for another day. A topic for another day. So I mean, I
Being
just,
on the knee.
you know, if you want to propose to your man, girl, do it.
Do you?
That's
boo-boo?
right.
Do it, because you proposing does not define you as a woman.
Right.
Does not define your relationship.
Right.
We're talking about what we gonna do. I would
Us.
never.
Right.
And
We would never.
we would never. And for probably the same reason, but we wouldn't for our own personal
Right.
reasons. The
Right.
type of man that we want, the type of relationship that we want.
That's why we are friends.
It's not for us.
Right, it's
but
not
if
for
it's
us.
for you,
Girl.
girl, go to Kay's.
Uh,
Who else? Jared.
Zales.
Girl, go to the middle of the mall, because he's probably not gonna get it
Go
appraised
to the middle of the
anyway.
mall. You don't need to go to
Don't
Zales.
go nowhere
Go to
expensive.
Pearson Pagoda.
You gotta go somewhere cheap, just in case he say no. You can always go get a more. When you propose, I suggest. This is my suggestion.
Because we ain't going to do it anyways. But here's
But
the
here's
suggestion.
my
You do it.
suggestion.
Right.
I will go to the middle of the mall.
Okay, Pearson Pagoda. Shout out.
Okay, buy a ring. If he say yes, then go to Jared's or Zales.
No.
No, if
if
he
he
says
says
yes,
yes,
I'm
you
gonna
get
need-
that when we walk down the aisle. You
Right.
ain't get. Come on now, you gotta wait.
That's true.
We walking down the aisle. You can get something fresh.
But
Then.
also, if I propose to a man, I want a ring.
Oh,
Make no
I'm
mistake.
gonna need him to be a Jim Jones situation. I'm gonna need you to propose to me back.
we need to. First of all, you have to circle back. You have to
Right.
circle back.
That's right. I'm gonna need you to circle
I'm gonna need you to circle back, and you get it done, and then we can plan this wedding. Because we can't plan a wedding. We can't plan a wedding before you ask me.
You're so right.
I need it.
But every woman does it, and that is fine. If you don't need a
If you don't
proposal,
need
so
it.
Sex in the City. We talked about the Mexico thing. I love Sex in the City.
You know I
if
do
you can't
too.
tell, but the reboot. We're gonna talk about another day. Except the reboot. She didn't have a ring.
Right.
She didn't get a ring until she cheated on Big in Dubai with her ex.
Okay.
So what women desire, what they want, she didn't want. Allegedly, she didn't want it. Allegedly, she didn't want it. And so
Right.
what you want, what you desire for your life, for your relationship, it's going to be different. Do you?
That's right.
Make sure he's comfortable with it. Make sure you
Yep.
continuously communicate your wants, your desires, your needs. They matter.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yes.
absolutely matter.
Absolutely.
What you
That's
want
very
matters.
important. That's
And
right.
so if you are going to propose to a man, I hope that you're doing it because that you love him, you want to be with him, and not because you love the idea of marriage.
That's right.
And not because you want to push him into marrying you,
Yeah.
but because you know that this is right for you, your partner, in your relationship.
That's what the open conversation
that
is about.
is the end.
Yeah.
That's what's most important.
That's right.
Have you heard, just out of curiosity, have you ever heard a man on what he thinks? Like, have you heard a man say, if a woman proposed to me, this is what, have you heard any man respond to you and say, like, their thoughts or what men think?
Most men that I know would be like, what? Hell no.
Right.
I don't know. No.
I've heard, like, well, for sure, no dude that I dated would even have that expectation, not of me.
Mhm.
But just in general, like, just having conversations about dude or with guys and asking them questions. And everyone that I've asked has been like, hell no.
Right.
Like,
I
hell no, I don't
men
want no
like
woman
that.
proposing to
Yeah.
me. You know what I'm saying? So, and I posed the question like, well, what do you think? Like, what would you think a woman? And they say the same thing. Like, she's taking away something that I should be
That I would
doing.
like,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like, that's something
Or
that I
would
want to do.
Yeah.
And if I didn't do it, it's because I wasn't ready to do
Correct.
it. Or,
But I
you know
didn't
what I'm
want
saying?
That would be
do
my
it.
fear.
But
Yeah.
That would be my fear that
Right.
that he didn't ask because people don't propose for various reasons. Sometimes men want to marry you. They don't feel like they're financially stable enough.
Exactly.
That's
They want to
right.
be further along in their career. Whatever their reasonings are, it might not just be flat out like,
No.
no.
Right.
It might just be like, I'd
Not
like
right
to
now,
set you
yeah.
up a little bit.
Right. Let me get you right. You rushing this thing. I'm not ready.
Not right,
Right.
now. And I'm not ready, like I'm not ready to commit to you.
Right.
But I'm not ready for various other reasons.
Yeah.
I think you summed it up very well earlier. You were just like, as long as you don't, overlook your needs, like your needs matter. If you are feeling like, listen, I need you to do something, like, we're not going to keep playing house over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, then I say, have the conversation like you said and let your needs be known. But it don't mean you got to force somebody to, do something by asking them, because you do feel an obligation. I mean, I know women who say yes because they feel obligated to do it, because the man is down on the knees.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. That's not a man thing. Women will say yes and then get in private and be like, "Look, dog, I ain't want to embarrass you."
Right. But I don't need you to take this ring back.
I ain't ready.
Well, no, they didn't give him back the ring. But
Watch her.
I gave back my ring. I gave back my ring.
I wouldn't have. But that's not. I'm gonna assume it was a gift. You gave it to me.
Right.
No.
You didn't know if I was
going
to say yes or no.
No.
Once you handed it to me.
So you shouldn't have took it if the answer was going to be no.
I gave back both rings. Like, here you go. No, because I'm done. Take your ring.
Parting gift.
And goodbye.
You don't. Oh, she's saying that.
Bottom
Bottom line, communicate.
Hello.
Do what works for you. Do what works for your partner. And stand confidently in whatever you do.
Right.
Whether you propose, whether you wait for a proposal, now don't just wait around
For a proposal.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if
know
you
your self-worth at the end of the day.
That is
Thank
the
you.
bottom line right there.
That's it.
That's
know
right.
yourself, and you're not less worthy if you do decide to propose. Just do it because it's something you want to do, not as Danielle mentioned, as a manipulation tactic.
Right.
Do it because that's something that you want to do, and stand on that. Make
right.
sure y'all are commenting. Tell us what
Please,
you
I am so interested to hear the comments, especially from the men out there.
Yes, the
Men, the
men.
women, if you have proposed, why did you propose as
Yes.
a woman? We would love to hear all of that. No judgment, honestly. This is all like our own personal opinion. So we would love to hear if you did as a woman, what made you do it? Why did you do it? You know what I mean?
And how's your relationship now?
And how is your relationship now?
Love to
How
hear
did
that.
how did the man
For
feel
real.
when you did it? Like we would love to know all of this. This is something that I think will be interested to read. So please make sure you comment.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to go into our Girl Boss segment.
Hey.
One of my favorite segments where we highlight women-owned businesses with emphasis on women of color.
Come
We
on
love you guys.
through.
We
Come
wanna
on
make
through,
sure
women of color.
Love you,
we are
especially
lifting
this
you
one
guys
coming up.
Ooh, yes, we have all utilized her services, and Danielle's going to tell you a little bit more about her.
Yes. So the Girl Boss segment goes to Tara Johnson of Goddess Beats and Beauty. Let me tell you, I don't know, some of y'all been seeing the pictures on our IG that we took from our photo shoot, and she did all of our makeup, and she did an amazing job. And as you can see, we are all different complexions, and for somebody who can do all of us and make us all look so beautiful, she definitely has that skill set. So I want to shout her out. I always say shot. I don't know why I say shot. I don't want to shot you. Shot you, shoot you. I want to shout you out. Okay. So she's a Goddess Beats and Beauty, and she is a self-taught makeup artist and a licensed esthetician. Goddess Beats and Beauty is a luxury self-care business that specializes in makeup, brows, and skincare, whose goal is to elevate the minds of others through beauty and skincare.
I love
And
that.
I do too. That was perfect.
Come on, girl.
Let me tell you, that conversation when you sit in her chair, I mean, she really does elevate you. I mean, you just connect with her on a different level. So Tara also owns a cosmetic line, okay?
Come on
Do
through.
it.
Yeah, please, girl.
Come on through.
She is definitely an inspiration. Named Goddess Minx, they provide vegan and cruelty-free cosmetics fit for any shade, as we all know, including lip gloss, liquid matte lipsticks, eyeshadow, beauty tools, faux mink lashes, right? That's what and they are releasing a concealer line this fall. She used all of her makeup when she did our makeup, and it looked beautiful.
She did.
We encourage you, check out her IG _Goddess Beats MUA. Okay. Her email is goddessbeatsmua@gmail.com. And locally, Goddess Minx can be found at The Lounge by Mom Redefined in Crabtree Mall. And then Berry Bomb in Triangle Town Center in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yeah, she's really good. Y'all go
Yes,
check her
please.
out.
Not only is she a good makeup artist and businesswoman, she is a good person.
Yeah.
She just, her energy is so awesome. So we love you, Tara. Thank you for
Thanks,
everything
girl.
you've
Thank
done.
you.
And you are our girl boss.
Yes. Well, thank you all for tuning in to Definition of a Woman.
Yep.
There's levels to this shit.
Okay. Everybody, please remember, as we said, to comment below and follow us on our IG at Definition of a Woman.
Yes, and make sure that you are rating the podcast. You want all 5 stars on wherever you're listening to this podcast at. We are on IG, we are on Facebook, we are on YouTube. We want to interact with you. We want to get to know you guys.
Yep.
So make sure that you're following us. You can also follow us on our personal pages. My personal page is pretty_brown with 2 N's _girls. My personal IG page, I have a travel page called Dis Family Magic, DIS, Family Magic on IG.
Come on.
So follow me there and talk to me, okay?
You can follow me on, mine is just first last name, Nadia Harris 84. I need to
Is
double check
it?
that. It is.
You sounded unsure.
I did sound a little fuddy. That's what we used to call it when you didn't know what you were talking about. But it is. It's Nadia Harris 84, and you can follow me on IG. Same thing on Facebook as well. Conversate with us. Be interactive. We love that. So
Yes, we do.
We still have Instagram list Danielle over here,
Oh,
but
I was like,
she's
what?
getting one. Don't worry.
I am getting one.
She's getting one, but right now she's without. But it's coming. It's coming. So we
New
love,
to social media, period.
Yeah,
so
she doesn't do social media, but we're dragging her out. It's a
We
new
are.
day.
I'm coming out for y'all,
I was about
okay?
to say she
Yes,
coming out. She got
I'm
the
coming
dances and stuff.
She's busting out, okay? We love y'all. We thank you guys
Thank
for
you
listening.
so much.
We appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
I say it like this: if you can tell me what to do, then you can tell me what to do. But if you can't tell me what to do, you can't tell me what to do.